Good morning. Good morning. My name is Khianna. I am a licensed therapist, and this is my pitch about Tea Time with God. So, Tea Time aims to bridge the gap between faith and mental health. And my goal is to get people to pray and act. Because have you ever been told to just pray about it? Raise your hand. Are you tired of being told to just pray about it? And so the goal of Tea Time with God is to use the faith with the works, because faith without works is dead. So what's the tea? In case you didn't sit with the cool kids in class, tea is slang for gossiping or getting juicy information. And so Tea Time with God is spilling the tea about faith and mental health. And that also means no longer being silent about religion and mental health practices and how they contradict each other. So the problem worth solving is that people are stressed, depressed, broken, tired, and millions of people have mental illness. 1 in 5 people in the United States are diagnosed with mental illness each year. So if you look around, that's a few of us in the room. So the solution is Tea Time with God. And Tea Time with God provides a safe space for people to talk about faith and engage their spirituality as well. And this is done through journals, tea parties, and also speaking engagements. And so with Tea Time with God, the solution also focuses on ensuring that these positive connections are actually made between faith and mental health. So the products and services are first the devotional journal, as you can see, which are $15, and they provide a unique experience on how faith and mental health can intersect. And then also the tea party experience, which costs $500 for a minimum of 6 people, which is people have the opportunity to explore their thoughts and feelings on how faith and mental health has intersected in their lives. And I will say that the tea party experience is not your average tea party when you spilling the tea with me. Also, our last service would be the speaking engagements and the workshops that I would do to inform, educate, and inspire people on the importance of combining faith and mental health. And then these numbers also will be explained more later. And so my target market, these are my target markets, my market segments. And so first will be members of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. I am a member of the organization. I'm also the North Carolina Z-Hope coordinator, so I have access to over 70 chapters. Also Christian women and Christian men ages 30 to 65. In Onslow County, according to census data, there are 35,248 women between the ages of 30 and 65. And 54,659 men between the ages of 30 to 65. And also faith-based organizations and churches. There are 112 churches in Jacksonville alone, according to churchfinder.com. And so this does not mean that I will target all of these individuals, but it does mean that there are enough people in these market segments to where the business will be sustainable. And so the competitive landscape, there are a lot of competitors, as there are millions of self-published authors in the United States. And so with that being said, there are just a few that I found in the Jacksonville, Wilmington area. And so the difference between them and me is that I can use my clinical experience to educate, inspire, and inform. And also, I also offer an interactive engagement with the tea party and with the tea party experience. And again, it's not average. We're going to spill the tea. We're going to have a good time. And who doesn't want to do that? As far as funding, the funding needed, my startup costs for the first year are $13,547, and it covers the expenses listed, with the most expensive expenses being the federal trademark, as I would like to trademark Tea Time with God, and that costs $1,500, as well as getting a professional editor for Tea Time with God too, because I have more tea to spill, and that would be $2,500. And these are the sales channels that I would like to utilize, with in-person vendor events being my first and most important sales channel, as I have been doing a couple of events in the community, and I've participated in the League of Women's Voters Luncheon, Women's Luncheon. I've also participated in the Jacksonville Chamber of Commerce's Women's Business Expo, and also my sorority held a Legacy Tea event that I was a vendor at as well. And in these three events alone, I was able to sell 44 books in person. So I will continue to use these sales channels in order to market my other products and services as well. And these are my marketing activities, just word of mouth, networking, social media, again, continuing to do my in-person vendor events using free podcast interviews and paid advertising on social media and on Amazon to market my products and services. And so the financial projections, because the math is mathing here, and when you invest in mental health services, well, if you don't invest, then you end up paying more later. As we can see with our community, when people do not take care of their mental health, it's costly. So these financial projections are based on the assumptions that I would make $8.77 profit from each book sold in person. I would also do $175 profit per tea party and $145 profit per speaking engagement. And it's also based on the expenses per month, which come to a total of $1,176, as well as the source of funding being winning first place in the pitch competition from Marine Federal, and also investing my own money into the business and exploring other business options as the business grows. And my revenue streams are the books, the tea parties, and the speaking engagements, and I'm expecting $17,892 in my first year. And here are some milestones that I would like to achieve. Of course, having my tea party, a book signing, having my book sold in a local bookstore, again, winning first place in the competition, and having Tea Time with God trademarked. And team and key roles are me, of course, and my husband who got fired, but he's rehired because he looked out for me this morning. And me as a licensed therapist, like I said, I have had experience in private practice, and now I'm currently working in community mental health. And so these are my team key roles and leaders. Here are some of the partners and resources that I utilized, with the Small Business Center being a really big one. And I do appreciate them for pouring into me and giving me the tools that I needed to succeed. And so where to find the tea in case you want more tea from me, these are ways that you can contact me with my email, my phone number. Also, you can learn more about products and services on teatime2.com, as well as find us on social media. And then lastly, I thank you all for listening to me and my pitch. And I'm having a book signing event as well to promote Tea Time with God. And it will be held on Sunday, May 21st at 3 p.m. at Our Gifted Hands LLC, located on Henderson Drive. Any questions?
Well, Khianna, thank you. And I really appreciate your unique approach to bridging that gap between mental health and faith. I do think that's unique. I really like the layout of your book as well, where it provided scripture and then some thought-provoking prompts, you know, for us to think about that scripture and what's happening in our lives. But one question, and you alluded to it certainly, but how would you maybe scale this idea to keep it sustainable for an extended period of time? I mean, I can kind of see, you know, like you said, additional series of books, maybe like a weekly curriculum where they're having Bible study and tea. I mean, do you have any ideas along those, or how would you scale this?
Yes, so definitely I want to start with Tea Time 2. So that's the book, and I am currently working on it. And so that one, I want to focus on childhood trauma and adverse childhood experiences. So definitely keeping that momentum going with the book. And also with the book, promoting my products and services, the tea parties and the speaking engagements, and also some things that I didn't discuss in my business plan, but I do have some ideas popping in my brain, like maybe apparel and a slogan, and, you know, getting people to go along with the slogan. And I'm like, it's my secret slogan, so I'm not going to say it yet, because I want Tea Time with God to be a movement, and again, to spill the tea and not be silenced about the things that we experience. So I definitely have some ideas flowing.
Great, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for the presentation, and I'll echo what Ashley said. It is a unique approach to bridging the gap. And in today's day and age, and, you know, we've all got a cell phone in our pocket, or you know, the days of the bookcase in the corner being less and less. You know, I like the fact that you've built it in with the devotionals and kind of tying that back, so it is tangible. Have you thought about how you might have to branch out into the digital market, or to meet the needs of an emerging market where they're not tied to that physical book?
Yes, the book is also on Kindle as well, and so yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, we're out of time now, so I didn't get to, but I do appreciate your book, and what I liked most about it was how you was able to relate your own struggles. And so the person that's reading the book is, oh wow, I have that same struggle, and it makes it more personal, what I think. So I appreciate that about your book. Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.